Straight to the point, Yokai Watch 3 is impossible to 100% in 2025, assuming you're playing alone. That's a conclusion right there. If you're wondering how, let me explain. That's what the rest of this video is for. In this video, I'll be explaining why Yokai Watch 3 is impossible and really hard and annoying to 100%. First of all is a price tag of $400, which is your first difficulty. If you're poor, you don't get this game, unless you're a Okay, assuming you do get the game, you have to beat it first, which will nag you about 50 yokai throughout the story's progression, assuming you're doing regular fights in the wild, which isn't 16% of the dex. Also, did I mention you need to use QR codes to get some of the yokai? They're required. The next topic is Blaster's Tea. It's a part of a game, which is optional, might I add, that gives you about 50 yokai, most of which being legendary or other types of super rare. Also, did I mention that a bunch of them are once a day? But one of the worst ones by far is Umbo Inma. Basically, you have to beat all the quests in the game, 2 extra quests, you have to make sure your game's updated, and all of this will take about 9 hours. Also, he's one of the strongest yokai. Okay, and here's our final category, the impossible. As far as I can tell, there are only 4 of these, luckily. These guys are impossible to get in your game without cheats, hacks, or other players, assuming you got the game the legal way. First up are the 2 annoying treasure hunter mascots, which came with a receipt of Yokai Watch 3 if you bought it in the eShop, which as we all know is closed. Therefore, those 2 are impossible to get. Those 2 have gotten enough screen time from me. Time for the next 2. Here are the next 2. Wait, no, that's just Noko. He's annoying to get in this game, but he's not impossible. The real 2 that are difficult to get are Panda Noko and Starry Noko, because they're Street Pass yokai. If you don't know what this means, it means we can only be obtained from Street Pass, which we need other players for. And assuming you did buy an extra 3DS and copy of Yokai Watch 3, it still take forever to get them, because it's very rare, once a day thing, and just because you get them in your wafer manner, doesn't mean you'll get them In conclusion, this game is impossible without an extra 3DS, and a 3DS that's bought Yokai Watch 3. Hopefully there are no other impossible games in this series.